Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, and we are reading our book, The Enormous Turnip by Alexei Tolstoy. And let's see, we did a preview and prediction. We guessed what would happen at the end. Yesterday we read the book, and we saw that he had to have lots of characters come to help pull this enormous turnip out of the ground. And today, you're going to work on the retelling of the story. When we retell it, that means that we already know what's going to happen, and we can tell somebody else what happens in the book. So the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to open the pages, and we're going to look at the pictures. And you are going to help me retell the story. I'm not going to read the words on the page because we already know what happens. We're going to use our own words. So I open it up, The Enormous Turnip. Now, just using the picture, we're going to tell the story. So once upon a time, there was who? Who's the character? Did you say old man? Yep, there was an old man. And he decides that he wants to plant some seeds. And the old man takes care of his plant, and we know that he has planted a turnip. He's watering his seed. You can see it starts to come out from the ground there. And when it grows up, it turns out to be an enormous turnip. So we know that the old man is going to have to get some help to get this turnip out of the ground. Because he pulls and he pulls. Who does he ask for help? Do you remember? I hope you said the old woman. Because he can't get that enormous turnip out of the ground. So he calls the old woman for some help. So she stops what she's doing, and she goes over to the enormous turnip. And the old woman grabs onto the old man. The old man grabs onto the enormous turnip. Does it come up? Nope. I want you to think, who does the old woman call? Do you remember that she called the granddaughter, the little girl? You can see her grandma went over and yelled for her to come to help. So the little girl stops playing with her dolls, and she goes over to the enormous turnip. And the granddaughter, the little girl, holds on to the old woman. The old woman holds on to the old man, and they all pull the turnip. Do you remember who the little girl gets to help? Think. I hope that you said the dog. Yep. She calls the dog for some help. And then the dog holds on to the little girl holds on to the old woman holds on to the old man, and they all pull the enormous turnip. And it still doesn't come out. Do you remember? Do you remember who they call next? I hope you said the cat, the black cat. The dog calls the black cat. So what happens next? The cat holds on to the dog. The dog holds on to the little girl. The little girl holds on to the old woman. The old woman holds on to the old man, who's still holding on to that enormous turnip. And does it come up? Nope. So use your heads. I want you to think, who do they call next? I hope you said the mouse. Yes, the cat calls the mouse. And the mouse is going to hop on here. Let's see what happens. Because we know that the mouse holds on to the cat. The cat holds on to the dog. The dog holds on to the little girl. The little girl The little girl holds on to the old woman. The old woman holds on to the man who's still holding that turnip. And finally, the enormous turnip comes out and they all go falling down. The end. Did you do a very good job remembering of what came first, second, third? Good, it's a good book. Today in our writing, let's see. Ooh, we have a fun writing today called Imagine you look out the window and it is raining popsicles from the sky. Write a story about the experience. Could you imagine if popsicles were coming out of the sky? I think that'd be pretty cool. So I already went ahead and I did my drawing. And remember, when you draw, you should be putting details into your pictures. The details help tell the story. And then you can go ahead and add your labels. So I started with some clouds and I labeled my cloud. And I drew the popsicles and labeled popsicles. I drew the grass and labeled grass. And I drew myself, Mrs. Tattlebaum, and a bucket. Because I decided that if it were raining popsicles, I would get a big bucket. I would try to catch as many as I could. I think I'd want to take them all home, save as many as I could to eat later. So that's what I did for my sentence. Now, we're going to start the sentence. If it were raining popsicles, I would. That's a lot of words, but it's all right up here. So I want you to take some time. You can pause the video if you need to, but write that sentence. If it were raining popsicles, I would. It's right at the top of your page. And like I said, I know that's a lot of words. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. If it were raining popsicles, I would. I know you can do that. So go ahead and pause your video if you need some time to write that. Make sure you start your sentence with a capital letter. You notice I have my finger spaces between my words. I use lowercase letters when I'm in the middle of a word. If it were raining popsicles, I would get a big bucket. Get a big bucket. So how many words do I need to add? Let's count. Get a big bucket. I got 4 words. Did you get 4? Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it were raining popsicles, I would get I can sound that word out. Let's see. G. E. T. Now, I want you to notice I used the lowercase g because I'm still in the middle of my sentence. It's not the beginning. The beginning was if. If it were raining popsicles, I would get a, you know the word a, that's nice and easy. If it were raining popsicles, I would get a big Ooh, I think I can sound this one out too. B, I, G. I would get a big If it were raining popsicles, I would get a big, last word's gonna be bucket. Buck. It. It. I would get a big bucket. Now, that's not how you spell the word bucket, but that's okay. If you got those letters down, I would be very happy. Bucket. Am I finished with my sentence? Nope. What do I need to add? I hope you said period, because I need to end my sentence with my punctuation. And now I should be finished, but before I stop for the day, I want to go back and read it just to make sure. If it were raining, sorry, Mrs. Tattlebaum stopped your sentence. If it were raining popsicles, I would get a big bucket. I have my uppercase letter at the beginning of a sentence. I have my finger spaces. I'm using lowercase letters when I'm writing my words. And I'm ending my sentence with a period. And there you go. I hope that was easy. And we will do more of this tomorrow. I hope you have a good day. Bye.